problem is going to be that a lot of these people have to run for re-election, letting the president off the hook when it's pretty clear what happened. This is very simple.
Yeah.
And if I'm, Cory Gardner, I'm not feeling great.
You're not feeling great, no.
Well,
no.
I'm glad
You're not feeling great.
I'm glad you invoked running for re-election, though, because just tonight on Twitter, I saw some chatter about outgoing Texas Congressman and low talker Will Hurd, who does not seem to have changed his vote during these hearings. And he's one of those Texas R's who is leaving town on a fast horse. If one guy, it seems to me, could be peeled off by the Dems, maybe that could be the guy.
Yeah. Well,
or
and
Peter King.
I don't know that this changes the ultimate outcome for Republicans. I think they're still going to vote to acquit him, but I think the cost of acquitting him just went up today.
It
went way up, and they're going to pay a price. And I think Democrats are going to have a strong case to make if you go into a Lindsey Graham race, right? Whereas it would have been a blowout. You now have a strong case that Democrats can make that Lindsey Graham knows that this is wrong, that he voted to impeach Bill Clinton over a sex scandal. And he knows it's wrong. The ads write themselves for these guys. And even McConnell, he needs to start to look sharp because look what just happened. Statewide, a Democrat can win statewide in Kentucky. It is possible.
Yeah.
And I think if you look disreputable because you don't care that this president admitted to it and was proved to have done it and you still let him off the hook, I don't know. There's some suburban voters that might say, you know what, you're not good enough to be a senator.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.